I recently received a private message from my YouTube channel from somebody who asked me this question. She asks, I'm wondering how you came to choose the camper, and since you've had it now upcoming a year, what are some things you like and what are some things you don't like about the camper? I recently did a video sharing with you my favorite 5 things that I love the most about the Little Guy Max camper trailer. I will share the link to that video in the description below. So, although I do really love the Little Guy Max trailer, there's always going to be a couple of little things that you would change if you could and if you had your way. This is the same as buying a house. It is never going to be perfect. There are always going to be a couple of things that you might want to change. So I thought I would do a video and share my thoughts on some of the things I would change about the Little Guy Max trailer if I could do that. Keep in mind, I really do love this trailer and I highly recommend it. I have got 4 different things that I'm going to share with you that I would change on this RV if I could, plus 1 honorable mention. Number 1 is the door, the way it fits against the window back here when you open the door, or when the door opens all of the way. You can see that it hits the window. A while back, the door hit this window so hard that it cracked it. Now we've ordered a replacement window and that will be coming, and we are actually probably going to be fixing that this weekend. I would like to note that we did call our dealer and they were able to ship us the window replacement directly, and if I recall, I think it was $225. Number 2 is the latch or latching system here that is used to hold the door. It's supposed to hold the door, I should say, right about there. There's a latch that hooks into here and then is supposed to stay there. From day one, this latch that goes in here kept falling off. It just would not stay. So I don't have a latching system here, and that's very frustrating. And without that latching system in place, it gets back to, I think, number 1, which is there's nothing to hold the door, and therefore it crashes against the window like I just shared with you. I would like a quality solution, something that's going to really hold the door open when you want it, the door left open. Fixing number 2 would also probably solve the problem for number 1. The third thing I would change about the Little Guy Max trailer is the dinette table. And I say the table because, as you can see, it's really difficult, if not impossible, unless you're a lot thinner than I am, to get behind the table here to sit down. It's just a really tight fit between here. That's what, 6 inches, 9 inches maybe. Of course you can slide the table. You can slide it that way, and then that's going to give you, gosh, that's maybe more like 9 inches. So it's a tight squeeze. Once you get back here though, it's very roomy and very comfortable. It's just initially getting back here. Now if somebody's already sitting over on that side of the table, you also are going to be limited to how far you can push the table. So it's not a big deal, but it is something that's a little inconvenient. The 4th thing that I would change, if I could, about this Little Guy Max trailer happens to be the frame, or the way they painted the frame. You can see that it's rusted here. The rest of it doesn't look bad, but also on the other side here, the front part of the frame, the paint is also chipped off. I'm sure that there's a different paint, a different solution, a different way that they could have put the paint on or adhered it to the trailer that would not have caused it to chip off like that. So that's something else that we're going to have to take care of. Those are the top 4 things I would change about the Little Guy Max camper trailer if I could. Now, as you can tell, none of them are substantial or very magnificent changes, but yet, replying to Michelle, who had asked the question, those were the answers that I gave her. I did mention one honorable mention that I wanted to share as well, and that is the fresh water tank. We have not been out boondocking for more than 2 or 3 days, so it's not been a problem for us, but the Little Guy Max fresh water tank holds 20 gallons of water. The gray tank has a capacity of 30 gallons and the black water tank is 9 gallons. 20 gallons for fresh water might be limiting if you're out boondocking for more than a couple of days. And it might also be difficult to take a shower with that amount of water. I'm not too concerned about it if we were to go boondocking for a longer period than just maybe a couple of days, and I was concerned about the amount of fresh water that the freshwater tank could hold. I would just bring along extra water and fill the fresh tank accordingly. When we were looking to purchase our RV, we did look at several different models and different brands. I think it would have been very helpful to know some of these little things that somebody that had already owned the model and the Little Guy Max trailer had or would have shared with us, so that we would have had a better idea of what to expect. If you own an RV, would you please, in the comment section below, share with me maybe the top 1 or 2 things that you would change about your RV if you could, and also what brand and what model you have. This is a way for us to share with future RV buyers the things that we would change about our RV if we could. That doesn't mean we don't love our RVs, because I really do love the Little Guy Max, and I would recommend it and I would buy it again. If you liked this video, you will probably also like the video I recently did showcasing my 5 favorite things I love most about the Little Guy Max RV. So once again, I will leave that in the description below, so please go check that out. Let's adventure together. Please hit the subscribe button so that you will be notified when I publish a new video. That way I can share with you my Little Guy Max RVing weekend camping adventures.